YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, back on the Halo 5 Guardians beta. I have really wanted to bring you some Master Chief Collection action too, but the Master Chief Collection multiplayer is still ridiculously broken 3 months after launch, and honestly it's probably one of the most disappointing game releases I've ever experienced. And some of you may, like Rome 2 was pretty broken when it released. Yes, it was, and that was disappointing. And I think that following that disappointment, and then taking Halo and all those loved Halo titles like Halo 1, 2, and 3, and Halo 4 wasn't bad either, and then promising them on the Xbox One 60 frames per second, all the multiplayer combined in one place, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I go out, I buy an Xbox One, because it's the only thing that convinced me to get one, because, I mean, I really don't see the point in an Xbox One otherwise. And I finally go out and get it, and then the multiplayer doesn't work. And it's just like, before it launches, it's like, oh man, Halo multiplayer's making a comeback. We're back in esports. Look at these awesome tournaments we're having. We're hyping this up. Multiplayer this, ranked playlist, it's going to be great. And then the multiplayer's broken. Absolutely broken. And is it a coincidence that the game released right around Black Friday, and the Xbox was desperate for sales? So clearly another marketing ploy here, releasing the game before it was completely ready, which then sucks for 343 because they are to blame basically at that point. It's their child and they released it early. And everybody be like, well, it's Microsoft, they're the publisher. Yeah, but in my mind, if you don't stick up for a title that's got your name on it and refuse to cooperate with stuff like that, then it's your fault when it comes out. Frustrating. I'm not a software developer. I don't understand it completely, so I don't know what the problems are. I just know that as a customer, we didn't get the product that we were promised, and that's irritating. And knowing, just kind of the industry I work in is big about customer service, so when you fail to serve the customer, you failed. And it doesn't matter what happened, what it looked like, or what the reasoning was. When the service fails, it fails, and it's bad, and they need to correct it. Now, they've given us ODST for free as kind of like a peace offering. That's nice. I appreciate that. But I still see them adding like new playlists and stuff to the Master Chief Collection online. Quit adding playlists. Don't do any of that. Don't waste any time. Don't waste any resources. Just focus on getting the matchmaking working. Then release all those things. And again, not trying to be mean. I mean, I really do want Microsoft to fix, or 343 to fix it. And I think they can fix it. It's just, I know they have a lot going on. Again, I don't know the whole inside story. I love giving people the benefit of the doubt, but honestly, it's supremely frustrating what's happened there. Check this out. Whiffing with the Prophet's Bane. At least I killed one guy there. So the first part of this match is not particularly great, but I do believe this ends up being a pretty interesting match. It's still a pretty close fight. So anyway, that's enough talk about Master Chief Collection. I will bring you some matches on it eventually when I get some good ones. It's really hard for me to get good matches on there though right now because number one, the matchmaking's slow, and number two, like almost every time I do get into a match, it's either not a full match, like we're supposed to find 8 players and matchmaking only gets 6, and so it's kind of lame, or it's completely lopsided either for my team or the enemy team. Cleaned up a nice little double kill there. Should have been a little more brave and probably could have gotten a triple. But in any case, whatever, it was just trying to actually be positive on my KD ratio here. I see guys all around me, so I'm going to try and get out of this situation here and get with my teammate. I really want to improve my game at Halo. I really do. I don't play it competitively, and I don't intend to, but I'd really like to work on just kind of making myself be a little bit better. I really enjoy playing this game kind of lone wolf style. And, I mean, so a lot of people be like, hey, just get your friends and jump in a match. Yeah, but see, that kind of defeats the way that look, I almost killed myself with that grenade. That was brilliant. I'm not a big fan of, like, social gaming, per se. Like, what are you talking about? You're the YouTube guy who makes videos for tons of people. I know, it seems kind of backwards, right? But I love making videos and doing videos for you all and being involved in it and everything. But for some reason, it's like when I sit down on my couch at night and I want to play Halo, like, I just want to play Halo alone. I don't want to be chatty. I don't want to have to get a big group of friends in order to do good. And I know that really helps in Halo, and I totally understand it. But it's just not what I want to do. And so in any case, I want to find out how to get better at the game without necessarily just grabbing a bunch of teammates and stuff. So I think there's a few things you can do. Number one, obviously work on your shooting, get your shooting good, work on your grenade throws, all those things come in handy, work on the controls, get familiar with them, know how to dodge, get to know the maps, all those things help a great deal. And I think that just little simple things when you're not playing on, say, like team chat or anything, stick around with a teammate, stay fairly close to them, don't get separated. So like right now, see how I'm just lone wolfing around on like the opposite side of the map? You know, just be careful about stuff like that because it's a good way to get killed. I do that way too often. Anyway, let's talk a little more about the Halo 5 Guardians beta here and kind of what I think of it. I got to give you a few of my thoughts, but anyway, I am really enjoying the weapon balancing so far. It is brilliant. I love the identities that these weapons have. So, and I briefly mentioned it in the last video. The assault rifle can actually be used at mid-range now because of the what do they call it? Smart scope, aim down sight, whatever you want to call it. The SMG is kind of like this this automatic that has a little more range behind it now too, with nice firepower at close range as well. And then the DMR it's killer from long range in the right hands. It takes a little more skill to shoot than it did in past Halos. It feels to me like the auto aim has been toned down in this Halo. And I could be wrong, but it just kind of feels that way. And anyway, it takes a little more skill than it did in the past games, but it is a brutal weapon from range. It's actually pretty difficult to use at close range, which is cool. You know, again, it has an identity. Same thing with the light rifle. A scoped-in light rifle can, with 3 headshots, will kill an enemy, but it fires a little slow and it's kind of tricky to use. And you know, so I mean, again, there's trade-offs to the weapons, and I thoroughly enjoy the way that the weapons play with each other. We don't have all the weapons. We don't have the final released version of the game, so whether or not it works when it's released is yet to be seen. But so far, I'm really enjoying it. I also like the maps. I really haven't played any of the maps that I don't enjoy yet. Like this is a pretty small arena map, and it still has enough room for the sprinting and, you know, the clambering, and it's just kind of cool. Also with the, yeah, how do you like that? Get spawn killed. That was genius. It's just my luck. Yeah, in any case, I like that the map still feels like it's not huge, but it has enough room for you to use these mobility features from the Spartans. I don't feel like sprint is ruining the game. Your shields don't recharge when you run away. The thruster pack really does help people stay alive when you're about to get them, but I think that that's also probably going to be one of those things that just encourages good teamwork, making sure that you use good teamwork. Look at this too. Look at this. Only Air can pull off a move so face-palmingly bad there. I accidentally hit the crouch button, which I do a lot, which ends up screwing me up. Missed my melee, and again, the DMR at close range, I just start spraying and praying, and it's not the right weapon for that. I should have switched weapons when coming into close range. Don't know how I managed to survive that, but I picked up another double kill, which turned out pretty nice before I finally got taken down. So I've had as many facepalm moments in this match as I have decent moments, and that's pretty typical for me. I think that I just get too twitchy sometimes when I get into a tough scenario rather than just kind of, you know, keep calm, do what you know you're supposed to do. Not really liking this position I'm in at the moment. Getting shot at. Just kind of pinned up in here. If they have grenades, they could probably pretty easily use it, and eventually a guy came up behind me. So again, that's the problem with lone wolfing. If you get out and lone wolf a lot like I do, it's a good way to make sure your KD stays pretty low. But yeah, so as far as the beta goes, it's been really good. Considering how poor the matchmaking's working on Master Chief Collection right now, the matchmaking is actually working really well in the beta. So that's a good sign. The game is very fun to play. It adds new features. And you know, it is very different than any of the other Halos I've played, but again, it seems very fun to me, which is nice. It's refreshing, and again, after the horrible launch of Master Chief Collection and just the fact that it's still broken, it really gives me hope for 343, seeing that this game really does seem to be trying to take this into that next gen kind of feel. And you know, that's appreciated. I spent a lot of money on the Xbox One, and it would be nice to see them eventually get the matchmaking fixed on Master Chief Collection, and then really help me have you know, a great Halo experience here. And honestly, Halo is such a good game that I feel like, watch this guy, he thinks he's got me figured out here, and he's like, haha, look at me, you can't get me. Yeah, I just did. So yeah, and then here, these guys really shouldn't come chasing after you like that. It's not a good move. Enabled me to get another kill there. Fortunately, he had a teammate supporting him there, which still got him a kill, but it wasn't a real good trade. Anyway, yeah, I have high hopes for Halo 5. I really do. And the only thing that worries me, though, is that, yeah, I got that last kill there and actually won it for my team, despite all my facepalm moments. So at least I felt like in the end I was semi-useful. Yeah, despite the fact that it's not perfect, I really like the Halo 5 beta. It gives me hope. I really hope that 343 is learning from the botched release of Master Chief Collection. I have faith that they'll fix it. I don't think they'll give up on it from what I've seen. It is frustrating. And honestly, if you can get Halo 5 working well, and you can get Master Chief Collection working well, those two games alone in my mind can justify an Xbox, which otherwise I wouldn't want. See you soon.